lost his mind to hold some to the man who let her go. I'm thanking you the most, you the most. I would never want to hurt her, I would never want to make her cry. Now I got the chance to make it right, oh. She would never have to ask for me to make the time to spend with her and only her. So won't you tell me, how did I ever get so lucky that she wasn't with somebody so I could have her for my own thinking? How could anyone pass the feeling of the sound of her footsteps leaving, walking all alone? Now she's beside me, can't stop thinking, why would you ever think to let go? Not complaining, I'm just saying, you lost his mind to hold on to the man who let her go. I'm thanking you the most, 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 yeah. You the most, you the most, you the most. To the man who let her go, I want you to know I'm thanking you the most, you the most.
Thank you so much. Tyler Shaw, everybody. That's a song you don't want to end up on the receiving end of. Can I say that? I got to do the first introduction, so I'll get Alan to do the second one.
David Foster is here, ladies and gentlemen. What a pleasure it is to know David, I think you're gonna play on the piano as well, if you want, for us.
You want me to go there now?
Do you mind? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you know, he was talking about his wife and how he won. And when I go to the piano and play my songs, I think about all the ex-wives that own my songs.
While David is walking over to the piano, that now has taken on an entirely new meaning. How about a heartfelt, for me anyway, and I'm sure from everybody else here in the home, round of applause and congratulations for a very well-deserved humanitarian award at the JUNOS last night. Congratulations. Well deserved. Thank you.
David, I'm so excited to hear what you're going to play, man. What do you have in mind for us today?
I just thought I'd just fool around a little on the piano, tell a little bit of a story. I don't want to take up too much time, but first of all, a shout out to my publisher, Pure Music. I know it's Canadian Music Publishers Association. Pure Music has been with me for 25 years and love them. They've been great in my life, so thank you, Pure Music. My first hit that I had was before a lot of you were born, but the guy in the group didn't like me. And he said, you know, if you really want to make a mark in this business, you need to study Earth, Wind & Fire, the group Earth, Wind & Fire. And that was actually really good advice. And so, you know, when somebody doesn't like you, it makes you want to exceed. And so not only did I study Earth, Wind & Fire, I made it a point to write a song that Earth, Wind & Fire would record. And so this is just a little piece of a song that I wrote with my friends Jay and Bill, and got Earth, Wind & Fire to record it. And then that started a string of albums that Earth, Wind & Fire and I did together. And this song, I'll just do the chorus, because I sing like shit. I mean, I can't sing. And I have a cold, so it's even worse than normal. But anyway, the chorus goes like this. And oh, and after the love is gone, what used to be right is wrong. If love is lost, be found. After the love is gone, How could you lead me on, not let me stay around? So let it be inspiration to you guys. If somebody doesn't like what you're doing, use it as a weapon. I've had a lot of writing relationships in my life, and probably none more prolific or successful than my time with Peter Cetera, the lead singer with the group Chicago. And we banged out a lot of hits together, and I was particularly proud of this one because I have classical roots, and I sort of took a little bit of my classical training in this song, and this was our first #1 hit that we had together, and it goes like this. Then I had the cello go. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody needs a little time away. I heard her say. Go to the bridge. Hold me now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry, and I just want you to know. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you, and I promise to. Been said and done, and you're still a part of me I can't let go. And I also wanted to say that when you get rejected, which we all do, this is a business of rejection. Peter and I wrote a song for Kenny Rogers, and Kenny Rogers heard it, and he just thought, you know, you guys are good, but this is just not a hit song. So here you go, Kenny. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. I wanna have you near me. I wanna have you hear me say, no one needs you more than I need you. Thank you, guys.
David Foster, oh my God.
Canada!
Let's just all go home. Let's just all go home. By the way, I'm never taking stock tips from Kenny Rogers. Not in a million years.
He's a good guy. We all get it wrong once in a while. You got that one wrong for sure.
Seems like he gambled incorrectly. Yeah.
You got to know when to hold him, when to fold him.
Yeah. He should have known when.
He was the coward of the.
He picked
Through
a fine
the years,
He picked a fine time to leave that song.
Island in the streaming hits.
That's good.
Alan, do you want to introduce our next songwriter?
I'm charmed. I met Alisa P a few years back. I can't remember if we were at a festival or at like a song circle at the Junos or something.
Yeah, maybe a folk fest somewhere. But
I was just, I remember hearing you sing and I was so charmed by it. And when we got to chat after, you told me about your roots that are in Newfoundland. But I think you're going to do a song that has a collaborative notion to it right now. About, remind me, Tom, the gent that the song is inspired.
This is a Willie Thrasher.
yes,
Yeah.
pressure, exactly.
Yeah.
Tell us the story if you don't mind.
So when I was making my album, The Ballad of the Runaway Girl, what I realized is that it wasn't just about me anymore. It was more about the big, I'm Inuk from Saluit, Nunavik, and as an indigenous woman also, my kind of soul searching and this therapy, to heal not just me, but as a whole, the whole. Our people need to cry a lot more because a lot of these kids, like Willie Thrasher or my uncle, who from the band called Saglak, in the 70s, were all from the residential schools and pretty much had no more parents, had no more culture, language, everything. They tried everything to take away all that. And on top of that, I mean, these were kids 5 to, teenager. So it's really horrible what happened to them. And I realized no wonder they are so good at numbing themselves and Inuit were not like that. Inuit were very expressive, and communication was very important. So I think it's important to note that, and also that we are not feeling victims. We are just trying to move on and trying to find the light again. So these songs became really important in this process. So Willie Thrasher, he was from NWT, Inuk Boy, that was literally taken away with all his brothers and sisters, and took, like, I think the plane arrived, or the helicopter, I forget, to the campsite and took away the children. So imagine all these villages, all these places where there's no more children. Imagine that. So I have to acknowledge and also celebrate these singer-songwriters. So Willie Thrasher, he wrote a song called Wolves Don't Live by the Rules. Yeah.
Alisa P, everybody.
Wolves don't live by the rules. 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 Valleys to hills, you can hear the cry. They had to fight to stay alive. No one can change it. Mother Nature knows the reason why. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules. Wolves don't live by the rules. They're born to kill and to be free. Their life is hard, which is meant to be. The cry of the wild is the only way they can see. All wolves don't live by the rules. Wolves don't live by the rules. Wolves don't live by the rules. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules. Wolves don't live by the rules. Yeah. Don't live by.
Alisa P, Jocelyn on guitar.
Thank you.
Another round of applause.
Michael Meek.
And Willie Thrasher, everybody. I know, but you gotta give it up for Willie Thrasher.
Yes,
man,
of
I know.
course. It's not Willie Thrasher.
I know, but we shouted out Jocelyn there on the guitar.
That's right. Thank you.
He knows all the chords. He knows all the hard chords. I can tell by looking at him over there. He knows the hard ones. Well done. That was beautiful.
Well, Alan, after that big, beautiful medley from David Foster, how about a song from you, bud?
I was kind of hoping the three of you wouldn't be that good, to be honest with you. I was banking on a way more mediocre effort. I have seriously underestimated my position. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for that song. And thanks to all three of you, and thanks to Tom as well for having me here. I'll sing a song for the house, if that's all right. I wrote this song for a scene in a movie, and then the scene in the movie got switched, and they didn't use the song. Kenny Rogers was the star of that movie. No, okay. But that would be cool.
Yeah, it would be all right, actually. I'd be into that.
We're a little short on time, so I won't tell you the whole story, but perhaps it'll be in the song soon. Well, I have wandered far too long. My weary bones are heavy spent. Now won't you lay me down to rest on a pillow fit for a journey's end, where my own father plowed the ground, and he set a table poor but proud. In the house where I was born, you let my sleep be safe and warm. And in my heart, so sadly sweet, the dream of home, the dream of home. It touches my soul, too soft, too fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam. Through all my days in foreign lands, through all my dark and distant nights, pictures of you so close at hand, and thoughts of you would fill my mind. And though my passage has been long and staid, my first affections never fade. And though my course has been oft confused, my way has always led to you. And in my heart, so sadly sweet, the dream of home, the dream of home. It touches my soul, too soft, too fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam. Now when my story's all but told, let the final chapter tell of victories in lands of gold, and how the mighty villains fell. But if I could hope for just one thing, one final chorus I could sing, well, I'd lift a cup with all my friends on St. Patrick's Day, and I'd cheer, we made it home again. And in my heart, so sadly sweet, the dream of home, the dream of home. It touches my soul, too soft, too fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam. It touches my soul, too soft, too fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam.
The great Alan Doyle, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
If you're just tuning in to CBC Radio 1 or CBC Music, you're listening to the 2019 Juno Songwriters Circle. And if you're here in person, you're at Centennial Hall in the great city of London, Ontario. Just a quick recap, my co-host is the great Alan Doyle. Joining us in this hour of the Song Circle, the latest recipient of the Juno Humanitarian Award, Canadian icon David Foster. Nominee for Indigenous Album of the Year, Alisa P.
Thank you, Alisa. And now, back to multi-platinum singer-songwriter nominated in 2 categories, including Pop Album of the Year. Way to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Shaw. Let's give him a round of applause and make him feel welcome. On the guitar this time. On the guitar.
Sorry?
On the guitar this time.
On the guitar this time. Yeah.
Still somehow David Foster's guitar.
I appreciate it. I really do.
What do you have for us this time?
This is the latest single off of the my Intuition album. It's called With You, and I wrote this song for my wife. The session came again, of course. Well, you can tell where my inspiration comes from.
This is St. Patrick's Day, not Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just getting those brownie points in. No. This session was actually not even supposed to happen, which is, fate would have it. We come out with this song that actually just went gold. All thanks to you. Thank you so much. It was a session that got thrown together last minute in LA, and it was you walking in there thinking you were going to do one thing, and then going in, and it was a guy named Neil Ormandy who just weeks prior to our session wrote "Say You Won't Let Go" by James Arthur. So he played that song for us, and that was that's a cool feeling of a song. Right. So we tried to capture that, and I think we did a pretty good job. So this song is called "With You."
Running late on a Wednesday, shortcut by the freeway, locked eyes as you passed me, 2 hearts on a cold street, looking back at the same time, I feel warmth that you feel mine, I got the urge but I can't speak, 2 hearts on a cold street, I know this sounds crazy, but this could be fate, and I'm thinking baby, that you feel it too. Tell me, are you busy? Tell me you can stay, 'cause I'm thinking, baby, before you would travel to outer space, take a bullet to the heart just to keep you safe. For you, anything for you. With you, the years just fade away, like a dream in my arms, but I'm wide awake. With you, whenever I'm with you. Ain't it funny how the time flies? Now you're here as my wife. Remember how you met me? 2 hearts on a cold street, 3 kids in a big house. I can't believe we're here now. Your warmth has never left me. 2 hearts on a cold street, and now it's not crazy. I told you it's fate. Remember that day as I lay here with you. So happy you weren't busy. I'm glad that you stayed. I still feel the same. Yeah, for you would travel to outer space, take a bullet to the heart just to keep you safe. For you, anything for you. With you, the years just fade away, like a dream in my arms, but I'm wide awake. With you, whenever I'm with you. 2 hearts on a cold street, 2 hearts on a cold street, 2 hearts on a cold street, 2 hearts, just you and me. Now it's just you and me. For you, I would travel to outer space. With you, all the years just fade away. For you, I would travel to outer space, take a bullet to the heart just to keep you safe. For you, anything for you. With you, all the years just fade away, like a dream in my arms, but I'm wide awake. With you, whenever I'm with you. With you, with you, 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 with you.
Thank you so much.
That is beautiful. That is Tyler Shaw, everybody. Beautiful. Fantastic. He plays the guitar. He plays the piano. He sings like an angel. And for those of you listening in on the radio at home, he looks like a European soccer star who moonlights as an underwear model in the summer times. Tyler Shaw, everybody. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. For those listening on the radio at home who can't see the show, Alan was actually talking about me. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the great David Foster. You want to head over? Take your time, my buddy.
What a great time we're having, by the way. It's great, isn't it?
I still can't get over it. I think I still couldn't quite get over that all those songs that David just played actually just came from a human. Like, I felt like they were just built by an alien force that sent them to us afterwards or something like that. And now he's standing up and stressing me out. This is going to be great.
No, I was just thinking, and I'm watching that clock. I don't want to take up too much time, but I think I'm playing here, like in June and July, like in Toronto and in Windsor and in London and Kitchener and
Yeah, bud.
touring. So I just thought I'd throw that plug in. But I wanted to talk to you for a second about the Oscars. So raise your hand if you've ever been nominated for an Oscar. Well, I've lost 3 times, and it's not a good feeling. I lost for this song that I wrote for The Bodyguard for Whitney Houston. Share my life, take me for what I am, just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really have to go very much further. I don't want to have to go where you won't follow. I don't have to back again. This passion inside, I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. I can't make this part. Don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare, or must. Whitney Houston, amazing. Right. I have nothing, 'cause my wife took it all. Enough of the wife jokes. And then I also lost for a song that I wrote for Celine and Andrea Bocelli that goes, called The Prayer. I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go and help us to be wise. But in the interest of time, I want to talk about the song that pissed me off the most that I lost for.
Also, take all the time you ever want in the entire world.
No.
We're going to cancel the awards tonight. You just keep doing this, man. Everything's okay.
Back to my writing partner, Peter Cetera, and quickly, if I just have 2 more minutes. So this song we lost, we wrote a song called The Glory of Love for Karate Kid 2, the movie, right? So, great. Now, we got beat by the movie Top Gun. So now let's analyze Top Gun, okay? Top Gun had Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer, Kelly McGillis, Iceman, Maverick, jets, jet fuel, aircraft carriers, sex, drugs, rock and roll. We had the guy that starred in Happy Days, Pat Morita. That was who starred in our movie. Does anybody remember the song that beat us that year in Top Gun? Not Danger Zone. Take My Breath Away. Quickly, let's analyze that song, okay? I'm not bitter about this. Take my breath away. Uh-huh. 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 They didn't even finish the lyrics, and they won the Oscar. I think if our song, The Glory of Love, if you can imagine our song in the movie Top Gun with the jets flying and Tom Cruise and Maverick and all that, imagine our song in that movie, I'm positive we would have won the Oscar. I am a man who would fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you're dreaming of. We're gonna live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of love. Thanks, guys. What an audience.
David Foster, everybody.
The great David Foster. I love that you could tour and sell out houses all around the world with just a tour called David Foster, The First Verses.
I love the fact that you could actually do like 10 minutes on a live radio show with the songs that you lost at the Oscars. How many songs have you got? This next section will be... I gotta tell you this right now. That part of my concert would be pretty friggin' small.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What a thrill, and what a thrill to have David and
It's
Ollie.
my great pleasure to be here, and as I said last night, I am Canadian through and through. When every corner of this earth, I wave the Canadian flag. I'm so proud. I have my, my Order of Canada, because I'm so proud of that. I wear it everywhere. Thank you, Canada.
I have to say, we're gonna go to our next artist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Alisa P.
It's so hard after.
Well,
I'm like,
and not just that, man. My favorite moment was when you became Whitney Houston in that song just then. You were singing those parts beautifully.
Yes, well,
Can you sing
I'm
the
not gonna
chorus
do
of that?
that,
Can you
but
sing
I
the
will have
chorus?
to go back.
Can you sing the chorus of that song? Just the chorus?
I forget
I can
the
feed you
lyrics
I can
now.
feed you the
I'm
words.
like,
Get them
okay,
up on your
let's-
iPhone.
Let's try that.
On your iPhone.
Yeah.
Everyone all together.
This might be just really horrible because I forget.
Don't make me close. Don't.
You have to sing with me and I'll follow.
No,
you.
I'm not singing with you. Don't. Somebody got the iPhone with the lyrics?
Yeah, come on, someone got it.
Okay.
We told you to turn them off, but someone didn't.
I was just doing the chorus because
Okay.
in the interest of time. Don't make me close.
I don't want to hurt
Yes.
anymore.
Stay in my arms.
Stay in my life.
If you dare.
If you dare.
Imagine. Don't walk away.
Don't walk away from me.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Nothing, nothing if I don't have you. Dream come true. Oh, Whitney. Thank you, Whitney.
What do you want? Gravy on it? Oh my
I
God!
forget the lyrics, but thank God I had Whitney in
Great
my
job.
life too.
Great
and
job.
Thank God we had you.
I just want to point out something. Like, she has an amazing voice, okay? You gave her a standing ovation, great, but I wrote that song, not her.
So, Alisa P, I can't wait to hear the next song you're going to do. I believe it's "Take My Breath Away." I look forward to that. It's going to be good. Yeah.
That's for me when I'm alone. Yeah, I'm not a great guitar player, but I do write my songs on the guitar, on my old Gibson acoustic guitar. And this time, it's going to be a little bit more rockin'. So if the women and the men want to stand up, they will have to. It's a song I wrote when I was in my pajamas, and I was kind of in a postpartum, it wasn't a nice time, but at the same time there were these, missing and murdered women and girls that was coming out. So we were hearing a lot of stuff about that, and I was like, women, I've always thought, because my father was this amazing, my adoptive father, my Inuk father, not my Newfie father, that's my biological father. So my adopted father was this little Inuk man who was an amazing hunter, and he was so strong. And I've always said, you know, men are the strongest, because I'm from the north. We had to survive. But after like having kids, 3 kids, I realized I think women hold something very much stronger, the resilience in women. So it's really important to help each other, and also for men to accept for once, because it's been so long. We've tried to take away that strength, but it's very strong. It's all in here. And so this song in Inuktitut is Aknak. It means woman. Everybody stand up.
Alisa P and Jocelyn and David Foster joining them on the piano. What an amazing first circle. Let's give it up for our performers. Ladies and gentlemen, Alisa P, Tyler Shaw, and ladies and gentlemen, the great David Foster. Don't go away, we're going to reset the stage for 3 more great Canadian performers.
Fantastic. fantastic, everybody.
We're not even taking an intermission here. Everyone cool? Everyone feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
I want to point out that while we get the stage turned over, I want to tell you about why we're here today. A great organization helping future generations of great Canadian songwriters, because all proceeds from today's Song Circle goes to Music Counts. Music Counts believes that adding music adds possibilities. Their goal is to keep music alive in schools and communities across Canada. They provide instruments to kids who need them the most. Last year, Music Counts supported over 12,000 children with instrument grants and scholarships. You can find out more at musiccounts.ca. Alan, you're a supporter of Music Counts, right?
In a couple of ways. We were lucky enough, both on my own and with Great Big Sea, to be one of the bands that hand-delivered the instruments to a couple of schools in Newfoundland. And you should see, I mean, the difference that these instruments make in a schools and a group of kids in a community's life. Instantly, they have access to, and I grew up in like a small fishing town, you know, with a small school, and like I would have loved to have had band instruments and stuff in school. I mean, we had the bookmobile. Imagine if we had had like the, you know, the instrument mobile.
Yeah,
like that would have been awesome.
The euphonium mobile would have been incredible. It would have been amazing. Yeah.
But it is a wonderful thing, and you instantly see eyes widen, and you instantly see kids, you know, imagine something that they hadn't imagined a moment ago. And it's just, it's beautiful to be there and to see like this possibility just open up for kids. So it's a wonderful organization, and I'm very proud of the, you know, the Canadian music industry for getting behind it so much, and I think they do great work. Yeah. So a round of applause for Music Counts, sure. Everybody.
I remember that moment. I remember the moment when I was 15 years old. I saw the soundtrack. I heard the soundtrack to the film "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou." I asked my mom for a banjo for Christmas. She got me a banjo for Christmas. I got incredibly confident because I got a banjo for Christmas. Then I went in school with my banjo for Christmas and got incredibly unconfident. And I stood there playing the banjo. You know, I mainly was playing it to meet girls. And that didn't work, so I went to the CBC. So things are working out very well for me, Alan. Things are going pretty well.
Well, I started singing in pubs, singing sea shanties.
Yeah.
That's the way to the ladies' hearts.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. The road to success, well carved by the two of us, no doubt about that. Yeah, yeah.
We couldn't possibly be more off the beaten track. But it's lovely to see you, Tom, and it's lovely for you to be helping me host. You know, like, you're used to this kind of thing, and thank you very much for having me. I hope I'm not shagging it up too bad. I mean,
no. You're doing a wonderful job. They put me on, Alan. I got a face for radio, so they pop me on every now and then. So it's good to have you. How about a round of applause for my buddy Alan Doyle here?
Thank you so much for having me. I think we're ready to go.
There we are, so.
I think we're ready to go for the second half. Are you ready for the second half?
All right. Ready for this? Live from London, Ontario, it's the 2019 Songwriters Circle on CBC Radio, cbcmusic.ca, and on CBC Gem. On top of being a Juno-nominated jazz musician, she's a colleague of mine just down the hall at CBC Music. She's the host of CBC Music's Saturday Night Jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, Lila B. And I want to point this out. Last night, in the jazz category, the winner, Lila B.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite singers in the whole country, please welcome Mr. Dan Mangan.
She is a two-time Juno nominee this year, Breakthrough Artist and Country Album of the Year, one of the finest country singer-songwriters in this country's history. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Megan Patrick. So once again, we're going to get things going. Alan, why don't you start things off?
While everyone's getting settled over there, plug yourselves in and get ready to go. I thought I started off the last the half with a song about how I like to open the concert. So I was going to sing a new song. Are we allowed to sing new songs?
Absolutely not.
I wrote this song with a fella named Dave Sampson and a lovely gal named, yes, he's wonderful, and a gal named Michaela Lynn, and it's really one of those ones that I probably would sing at the end of the concert, but don't leave. I'm just using this as a device for everyone to get plugged in and settled, but this one is really about the greatest dilemma in every touring musician's life, and that's the fact that you gotta go, you gotta leave home, you gotta go, that's the only way you can do it, and then you gotta go, and you find yourself in a place like we are here today, and it's going awesome, and guess what you gotta do just as it's getting good? Go. And you gotta go again, and you gotta go again. And you're constantly going, and that's just the vicious kind of cycle of it all. And so this one, I suppose, is just my reflections on that moment when you gotta go. How I love to say hello when time is on our side. It feels like a lifetime left to go, a long way from good night. But the glass is ever turning, and the sand can fall so quick. And no one tells you our farewell is closer than you think. Now I gotta go, go, go. Another airplane, another show. 20 songs if they love me, and only 18 if they don't. And I'm gonna fly many miles until you're mine. How many nights in highway lines, I don't know. But I gotta go, go, go. Hurry now and hold me while you still got the chance. For the clock is cruel and a moment true can slip right through your hands. And I don't wanna run from wreckage when we sail away. I only wanna see your smiles shining in my wake when I gotta go, go, go. Another airplane, another show. 20 songs if they love me, and only 18 if they don't. Then I'm gonna fly many miles until you're mine. How many nights in highway lines, I don't know. But I gotta go, go, go. And I'll be looking over my shoulder when we hit the open road. For the only thing that hurts you more than leaving is when you don't. With one eye on the spotlight and one foot out the door, I'll have to beg your pardon like so many nights before. 'Cause I gotta go, go, go. I gotta go, I gotta go. Well, how I love to say hello when time is on our side. When love was new and me and you were younger than the night. Well, I hope we come to know we had the time of our lives. Yeah, how I love to say hello, and I hate to say goodbye, but I gotta go, go, go. Another airplane, another show. 20 songs if they love me, and only 18 if they don't. And I'm gonna fly many miles until you're mine. How many nights in highway lines, I don't know, no, I don't know. But I gotta go, go, go. Another airplane, another show. 20 songs if they love me, and only 18 if they don't. Then I'm gonna fly many miles until you're mine. How many nights in highway lines, I don't know. But I gotta go, go, go. Yeah, I gotta go, go, go. I gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Doyle.
Thank you very much.
What a line, Alan, what a line. What is it? Is it 20 songs if they love me, only 18 if they don't?
Yeah. It comes from a conversation that my wife and I have had many times in the earliest days of our relationship when I was still playing in pubs in downtown St. John's. And you know what it's like. She's like, what time are you coming home? And I was like, when it's over. Well, when is it over? Well, 20 songs if they love me. But she said, well, it's only 18 if they don't, so hurry up.
We're going to go to our next. On top of being a Juno-winning jazz musician, she's also a colleague of mine just down the hall at CBC Music. Please welcome the host of CBC Music Saturday Night Jazz, and as of last night, the Juno winner, Lila B, everybody. Two of us are on leave here. This is great. We're like Peter Mansbridge. We're like Michael Enright. This is great. You know?
You guys have grins like you're on hooky, like playing hooky. It's fantastic.
We don't have to do the weather for a half hour now. This is fantastic for us. Lila, congrats on the win last night, buddy.
Thank you, Tom.
How did it feel? What did it take us through? How does it feel to win a Juno?
Well, I was completely shocked. I actually sat down at my dinner table last night. I said, I haven't written a speech. I don't think. And they said, you might want to write down something. And I totally botched it because when I got up there, I forgot to thank one of the most important people from my team, my label, Chronograph. And so I just want to acknowledge them. They're amazing. Hardworking, Calgary-based label.
Yeah.
Stephanie Hutchinson, Cody Hutchinson, I love you guys. But it was surreal, especially after Michael Bublé and David Foster and Grace.
Yeah, they're pretty
These are
good.
my heroes.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're getting better all the time.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'd say so.
Potential there.
Yeah, I've heard of
That's
them.
David Foster and Michael Bublé, ladies and gentlemen. Look out for them.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
D-A-V-I-D-F-O.
New album.
Yeah, and I believe it's Bublé, but it looks like the
Hashtag.
bubble. But it's Bublé. Yeah, keep an eye out.
Bubbly.
Or
You're,
.net.
you're gonna .org. Yeah, I think once he figures it out,
Yeah.
it'll be really good.
A few more lessons.
You're gonna head over to the piano and play us a little song.
Yes.
I'm excited about it. Lila B, everybody. This is the applause that gets her to the piano. You know that applause?
No trouble.
Oh, you're doing great, everybody in the room's doing great to get her over there. Tell us a little bit about the first song you're going to do, Lila.
Well, everybody's been bringing you up with these beautiful songs, so I'm going to bring you down. Is that okay?
Yes.
No, it's actually quite a serious song. This was written in response to a newscast I heard. It was in 2015, and there had been a bombing in Syria, and my son was 5 years old at the time, and they allowed us to hear the cries of this kid, this boy, who'd been injured in the blast, and they said, you know, we're hearing this 5-year-old boy, and I thought, oh my gosh. My own son is 5, and here I am, you know, protected and sheltered. I was in Oakville at the time, and I did not know how to respond, except to go to the piano and write this song, so it's called Refugee. Drips through the brain. I turn it off, can't bear it anymore. As anger grows, convictions wane. 1 million gone, so little gained. A nudge of hope might open up the door. Refugee is not to blame. Tried to escape this bloody game. A mother lost with no one keeping score. Another strike turns life to dust. 5,000 miles so far from us. We shut them out, these prisoners of war. So what the fighting for? So what the fighting for? So what the fighting for? Can water clear, the land of promise not so near. An act of faith, a gamble to break free. Gotta find a better way. A child was only meant to play. We need to love them as we love our own. So let us come together now. Our apathy we disavow. 'Cause love can rise when love's the cornerstone. So what we fighting for? So what we fighting for? So what we fighting for? So what we fighting for?
That's the great Lila B. It's a song called Refugee. Another round of applause for Lila B. Here at the 2019 Juno Songwriters Circle on CBC Radio and cbcmusic.ca and on CBC Gen. Here, my name is Tom Power. I'm here with my co-host Alan Doyle. Alan?
Well, that was awesome. My mother would say about you playing the piano, she would say, and this is the greatest Jean Doyle compliment you could get, by the way. She would say, "Now, honey, that's not the first time she played that." Way to go. Before we go on to Dan, I just want to say a very special thanks publicly to Dan. You're probably not aware of the great service you did me and my band just a few weeks ago. We had like a bus breakdown in Montana, and Dan was just finishing a tour, and we had gone through a couple of bus breakdowns. It was a bit of a rough week. And the sister bus that this bus company owned was just dropping off Dan and his band after going all the way across the country in Vancouver or in Victoria or somewhere out west. And so the bus detoured and made its way down to Montana and picked us up. And in true brethren Canadian form, Dan and his band left all their beers and rider on the bus for us. We sat, I remember, we sat in Billings, Montana as the bus started to roll with a can of pills. It was fantastic.
Well, as much as I would love to take so much credit, there is another side to that story, and that is after being gone for a month on the road on this bus, it literally dropped me off at my house, and my wife had an appointment, and we were just getting, and she's like running out the door, and I'm trying to get all my stuff off the bus, and I've been living on this bus for weeks, so it's got all this stuff on it, and I'm trying to grab as much as I can, and she's like standing at the doorway, you know, like tapping her wrist, going like, "I gotta go," and of course I'm like, "Oh, nice to see you after a month, kiss on the, you know, have a good chiropractor appointment or something." And so it's partially that I was so stressed trying to get home.
Oh, I know it. Yeah.
But you're welcome.
Dan, we're going to edit that part out of the live broadcast. Don't worry about that. It's going to seem incredibly intentional that you left all that beer for Alan. It's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, to sing you a song, Dan Mangan.
So this tune is called Lay Low, and the nice kind of happenstantial story about this song is that when we were recording it in Los Angeles, it was the first day. I'd just been robbed the night before. It was like a really crazy experience. I'm dealing with the LAPD and the consulate trying to get my passport back, and we do one take of the song, and we come back into the control room to listen back. I'm like, I don't know if that's the feel or whatever. And Paul McCartney wanders in, and out of nowhere kind of does like, "Oh, sorry." And
Solid impression, Dan. That's pretty. Can I hear that again?
"Oh, sorry."
Yeah, great. Yeah, unbelievable.
And some of the guys that I was working with had worked with him in the past, so they pulled him in, and he hung out for 25 minutes or so and listened to the take. And of course, as you're about to hear, this is a song that's not easy for me to sing. It's in the highest part of my register, and it was this really rough, you know, kind of bed track. And so, of course, the song that Paul McCartney hears is not this perfect, polished thing that I've mastered and, you know, finished. It's like, you know, the first take of this thing that's really rough. So But I got to tell him that our oldest son was named Jude, and it was very special. So
Did he tell you anything about the song afterwards? Did he talk to you about it?
he did. Well, I ran into him like an hour later, and I was like, I get 2 Paul McCartney run-ins. And he was like, I was thinking about your song. And at that point, my head exploded. And I wanted to say, well, you know, Paul, I've spent some time thinking about your songs as well. And he suggested a low piano note and some cellos and stuff.
No way, really?
And it was hilarious because we scrapped everything he heard. We started again like the next day.
Yeah, what does he know, right?
What does he know?
Yeah, yeah.
And my mom, you know, of course, she's like, what are you doing? You got to take his advice. You got to cut him in on the SOCAN, you know, or get him in on the back end so you can say you co-wrote with him. So anyways, it's a song about staying in. I have 2 young kids, so I stay in. I never leave my house after 7:30 p.m. And this is kind of about being okay with that. This is the FOMO thing. This is the JOMO, the joy of missing out.
Oh, okay, good.
Everything, all the time, everywhere. What to say, where to go. Best of times I'm a little unaware. Who's to say, I don't know. But I feel my head overflow. I was tired at the get-go. I don't want to wait around to fall apart. So I will do my part. Make the social graces quick and painless. Lay low, just let the day go. Okay in the shadows. Every single party needs a no-show. Why go just to say so? I'm tired of the same old. So point me the way home. I can breathe on the way home. I don't mean to be the quiet, sullen type. I've had my day in the sun. Just not today and definitely not tonight. Give my best to everyone. Sometimes I feel my head overflow. All I need is us alone. 'Cause you can always fix me when I fall apart. So let's do our part. Make the social graces quick and painless. Lay low, just let the day go. Okay in the shadows. Every single party needs a no-show. Why go just to say so? I'm tired of the same old. So point me the way home. I can breathe on the way home. I can breathe on the way home. Just be on the way home. I can breathe on the way home. So point me the way home. Just let the day go. Okay in the shadows. Every single party needs a no-show. Why go just to say so? I'm tired of the same old. So point me the way home. I can breathe on the way home.
Dan Mangan, everybody. Beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Up next, music from one of our greatest country performers, ladies and gentlemen, Megan Patrick, everybody.
Hi. All right.
Hi, Megan.
I didn't get a sound check, so I'm just gonna make sure I can hear everything. Hello, check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hey. All right, we're good.
You sound fantastic
Thank
already.
you.
That was her first song. Great job, Megan Patrick, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Lovely stuff.
It's a song called Sound Check.
Yeah,
Man.
Megan, you're gonna do the hit.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah, so the first song I'm going to play, this is my most recent single off my last record, and the day I went in to go write it, I was kind of just having a hard time. I just found out that my parents were splitting up, and you know, I was 30 at the time, maybe 29, 30, and so it was kind of weird. I've known my parents always being together, and it kind of took me off guard. You know, when you're younger, you think your family and your parents are invincible, and when you get older, you realize we're all just people. You know, we've all got our things, and I think sometimes too the parents feel this kind of pressure to like not to shelter the kids from what's going on. But I guess in my headspace at the time, I was like, well, I want to know what's going on, you know, because eventually everything all comes out in the wash, and then, you know, and I started talking with my co-writers, and they were like, man, that's the standard. You know, everybody's family has got their stuff, and they started sharing their stories. And so we kind of all just sort of put all our stories together and came up with this song. And when we put it to radio, you know, the label was on board with it. And I was nervous about it because I thought it was a bit of a risk. It was pretty heavy content, which country music has kind of gotten away from a little bit more over the last few years. But I was, as always, happy to carry the torch of doing something different and doing something real. And it paid off because it's my first #1 song. So, as my co-writers like to put it, we, being the second female that year to get a #1, it had been the first time in 20 years more than one female Canadian country artist got a #1 inside of a year, which is awesome and also terrible. But we made the walls come down, so here we go. Daddy ran around, but he never ran away. Mama said that she'd forgive, but it turns out that she can't. She fell into the arms of another, the weight of her life just seemed to crush her. Now Daddy paces and Mama cries for all the years that get left behind. When the walls come down, crumble in the dust, that's when you find out sometimes love just ain't enough to keep the devil out of that picture perfect house. 'Cause there's no way for secrets to hide when the walls come down. Sister's got some demons that she's always trying to fight. I swear she's got control, so they trust that she'll be fine. 'Cause no one wants to talk about her daily diet of pills and powder. I think it's bliss to just stay blind, but one day soon they'll open their eyes. When the walls come down, crumble in the dust, that's when you find out sometimes love just ain't enough to keep the devil out of that picture perfect house. 'Cause there's no way for secrets to hide when the walls come down. Oh, 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 oh. When the walls come down. Brick by brick, room by room, till there's nothing left but the truth. When the walls come down, crumble in the dust, that's when you find out sometimes love just ain't enough to keep the devil out of that picture perfect house. 'Cause there's no way to secrets to hide when the walls come
Oh my God. Megan, that's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Patrick, everybody.
Spectacular.
Nice to have you here. You're listening to the 2019 Juno Songwriters Circle. My name is Tom Bauer. We're live in beautiful London, Ontario. They're listening across the country. London, let them know you're here. My name is Tom Bauer. I'm the host of Q on CBC Radio 1, and I'm joined by co-host, fellow Newfoundlander, the great Alan Doyle, everybody.
Hello. What a day we're having.
Oh my God. I'm just going to cut it short after this, man. After the Songwriter Circle's over, the day's not going to get any better. I'm just going to go to bed.
Total rock and roll. It's great.
Yep.
And, well, Megan, that was great. Thank you, everybody. It's great to be here. And should we just jump into another tune?
Why not?
It's St. Patrick's Day. It is. So I figured, like, that's a good enough day to kind of have an Irishy sounding sea shanty. Are you in the mood for that?
Those go over well on those days, Alan, yeah.
Are you ready? It's a sea shanty, so you know how it goes. There's like a leader and then a group, you know, like a captain and a crew or whatever. So we'll just randomly pick roles. Okay, fine, I'll be the captain if you want. You want to sing? Should we stand up to sing? I figure we should stand up. I would if I could. I got no strap. I would stand up. In the verses, you go like this. You go, row me bully boys, row. Sing that bit for me.
Row me bully boys, row.
And then you go, row me bully boys, row. Just like that. Go on.
Row me bully boys, row.
That's fantastic. And then the chorus goes like this. Row me bully boys, we're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. Oh, we'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to friends. And it's a row me bully boys, row. Oh, we sailed away in the roughest of waters. Sing it.
Row me bully boys, row.
But now we return in the most royal quarters and row
Me bully boys.
Fantastic. Yes, it's row me bully boys. We're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. We'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to friends. And it's a row me bully boys, row. See, now we feast on pheasant by the flock. Come on.
Row me bully boys, row.
It's a long, long way from the gruel at the stocks, and it's
Row me bully boys,
lovely.
row.
Yes, it's a row me bully boys. We're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. We'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to friends, and it's a row me bully boys, row. Lord, don't you leave me alone. Say you'll be waiting when we take the cold. If we make good time on the tides. Say you lay with me in starlight tonight. Let the mainsail be full and the fair breezes blow. Let's pray every pull finds us closer to home and into row. Everybody make some noise. Go on, make some noise. Let them know you're here, London. Here's the verses, go. Now, a wee dram of a whiskey for every man. Come on.
Me bully boys, row.
And a barrel of rum for the shanty man. And it's row me bully boys, and row all together. Yes, it's a row me bully boys. We're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. We'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to friends. And it's a row me bully boys, a row. One more. Oh, we sailed away in the roughest of water. Come on.
Me bully boys, row.
But now we're returning, so let's go down and a row. Me bully boys, just sing it now, just sing it. Yes, it's a row. Me bully boys, we're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. Oh, we'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to friends. And it's a row. Me bully boys, a row. Yes, it's a row. Me bully boys, we're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. We'll
It is St. Patrick's Day, and what a beautiful song for St. Patrick's Day that was. I remember 2 years ago at Mallard Cottage in St. John's, Alan and I did a gig. We played a little session in Mallard, and we sat down and played for, we didn't know it, 12 hours straight.
That is right. My brother was there, my brother Bernie, and we started at around 2:30 in the afternoon, and around 11:45, I got up and I went like to the back room or something. And my brother said, "You know, that's the first time you stood up since 3 o'clock today." And I was like, "It can't be," but the songs were so good and the tunes were so good, and it's one of my favorite days of the year. So I'm delighted to be here singing with you.
If they really love you, you do about 200 songs. That's how it works. If they really love you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're not going to the arena. We're staying here until tomorrow morning, so don't worry about it. We're not going anywhere. They're gonna.
If they bring whiskey here, I don't have no reason to leave.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, once again to the stage, Lila B. How's it going, Lila?
I'm good. I mean, after hearing Mangan play her #1 song, I'm like, well, maybe I'll play mine that was 1,003.59 on the jazz charts.
Yeah. You're gonna head over to the piano and play us this one?
Yes.
It reminds me of when I started playing banjo and I was playing folk music in bars around St. John's, and Buddy said, "You picked a good career path." I said, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Oh yeah, man, folk music, you can make hundreds of dollars a year."
Well, I always say the same thing, Thomas. Like, we put a record out, I go, "We're gonna sell dozens, I tell you."
My
Where are
records
we
always
going?
sell at least cardboard. That's right. You know?
Yeah.
Where are we going? To the middle. To the very middle.
To the middle.
When do we want it? As soon as it can come. Yeah.
No rush, don't worry about it. Lila, what are you gonna play for us?
I'm going to play a song that I wrote called Satellite. And I wrote it, I was a new mom, and my husband is also, he's a musician, he's a drummer. His name is Ben Whitman. We met playing in Paula Cole's band. Remember Paula?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we had this new baby, and we were like, how are we going to make this work? And so we settled on the divide and conquer scenario pretty early on, and I was on the road all by myself. We were living in Brooklyn, and I was in Niagara-on-the-Lake, played a jazz festival there, and I was driving home after the gig, just kind of blissing out and enjoying the summer weather. I had the car, the window rolled down on my rental vehicle, and the radio was going, and I wanted to share the moment with my boys, but they were already long in bed in Brooklyn. And so I tried to kind of mentally transport them into the car with me, and that was when this song came to mind, Satellite. You can sing along if you know the lyrics. That's the one. You can sing the sea shanty. Oh, and the guitar players can join in. It's in the key of E.
But you're a real musician. This is
You know, like grown-up chords. I only know like 3, so I'll just leave that to you.
I just want to borrow your voice for 5 minutes, can I? The engine hums, the crickets sing, my heart takes flight on silver wing. The radio spins a song, but I can't hear you sing along. It goes yaddy 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 yaddy, sea shanty, yaddy 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 yaddy. Yaddy 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 yaddy. The August night is funneled through the window cracked as I drive to your satellite you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lila B. Give her a round of applause.
Wow.
Juno winner, Lila B. Give her a round of applause.
Well deserved, too. My takeaway during that song, other than how awesome it was also how appreciative I was of the estimation that I could play along at all with that song.
Seriously.
It was like the key of E, and I was like, sure, let's do it. And I was like, yeah, I don't know any of those chords.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Grown-up chords. I know country chords.
Yeah,
There's
that's
like 4
right.
of them.
I call it
There was like
So does
12
most of the
chords
world,
in it.
Megan.
she knows the ones with like hashtags and small
Yeah.
numbers and stuff. I don't know any of
Is that in German? Is that a German chord?
Yeah.
B, small b. I don't even know
Yeah,
what that
yeah.
is. What is that?
There are numbers.
It's just softer.
Just because Tom is here, it's one of, I always like to tell my favorite banjo joke. And
Lay
it's
it on
like,
me, yeah.
At the banjo convention, the conductor said, this next song will be in B flat, and the snap of the capos could be heard for miles. Dan Mangan, everybody. Sorry, Dan, to throw you under the bus like that was such a...
Yeah, I'm going to do a song called Peaks and Valleys, and it's kind of it's about having a pen pal, really. There's some friends of ours. You know how if you're in a relationship, you often kind of become pals with other people in a relationship, and you kind of have this love, and
What?
they live a long way away.
What?
You know, Tom, what happens when, you know, the people living a similar life than you, having kids or not having kids or having careers and things, and you can kind of commiserate with them long
Oh,
distance.
okay.
You thought like keys in the bowl kind of thing.
No judgment. No judgment. But I did 100% think that. Yeah. Whoa. Not gonna lie to you. We just got taken off the radio, but that's what I thought.
The CBC.
Tom was just mad he wasn't invited.
I tell you what I find cool is weather. The weather and ice hockey.
Yeah.
They're cool as well.
Yeah. Weather's great. Stocks. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Where's Carol off when you need her, you know?
Oh my God.
But so this, you know, there's this family. They live in London, and on this record, it was really important for me to write more personally. Kind of, I've written from a perspective of metaphor for a long time, and I really wanted to just inject real things from my life into the songs. And so when I say in this song, "Hey Stephen," I'm talking about a real person named Stephen, and you know, there's sort of an email dialogue, long distance to London, and even though we barely ever see them, you kind of feel like you can always, you know, confide in them, and just the special thing about having friends that you feel kindred spirit with, even if they're not immediately around you. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to play.
Have they heard the song?
They have heard the song, yes. And as far as I know, they like it. Love is simple when it's broken. It's the softest words ever spoken. And I said I was kidding, but I was joking. And now I'm twisted up and lost in thought. But I remember what I was thinking. All that feeling always sinking. All that waiting to take that stage, and the feeling we could let them wait. And hey Stephen, how's Sally, and how the peaks and how the valleys, and I've been down some, but I'll rally. And have you found something to sink your teeth into? So keep it even, keep her happy, and don't be afraid to love her madly. She will steer you and keep you afloat as you row that boat until you both let go someday. So is it simple being older? Now we got all these kids upon on our shoulders. See, I just get softer and the world gets colder, and now I'm twisted up and lost in thought. But do you remember the night got late and equations were recalculating in my veins, and you saved my life in the final round? Some kind of paper cup tea, some hell bath, festival ground, and hey Stephen, how's Sally, and how the peaks and how the valleys, and I've been down some, but I'll rally. And have you found something to sink your teeth into? So keep it even, keep her happy, and don't be afraid to love her madly. We should recap, lay it on me, the good, the bad, the in-between. And hey Stephen, are you happy? How the kids, man? How's that family? They cannot spare you from the valleys, but they will give you something you can lean into. So keep it even, keep her happy, don't be afraid to love her madly, 'cause she will steer you and keep you afloat as you row that boat until you both let go someday.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Dan Mangan. Give him another round of applause. That was beautiful, Dan. That was gorgeous.
Spectacular.
Andrew, can I get a little bit more on my guitar for this one? I'm going to be picking, so it's a little bit quieter. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. And this has been such a cool experience because I've never really been able to do a round where it's not all country artists. And it's like, all right, who's singing the truck song? You know, there can only be one. I'm not going to sing about a truck. So thank you, and you guys are amazing.
There goes my next song.
You can have the truck song,
Thank
okay?
you.
So I'm gonna go a little bit down here for a minute, but I mean, I wouldn't be the country singer on stage if I didn't talk about Jesus and make you want to cry a bit. So well, I guess not many. It sounds like really drastic, but when I was about in my mid-20s, I got out of a really abusive relationship, and I really lost myself and confidence in myself, and it was the first time in my life that I ever felt like I needed somebody besides myself to kind of get back up. And so I didn't really grow up with, practicing religion. I didn't really grow up going to church or anything like that. And but at that point in my life, I needed something, and so I started talking to God, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and it was a weird thing too, especially when I moved down to Nashville. It's the Bible Belt. Everybody grew up going to church, and that's a huge part of their life, and I almost carried like a guilt around, like, I didn't want to tell people that I didn't grow up that way, and I didn't know how to kind of bring it up. And I was fortunate to meet some really great friends that I could have really open conversations with, and ask my questions, and and a big part of it was, I felt like, am I even doing this right? And if I go to church, like, what do I wear? Like just all these different things. And I came to realize that no matter, what your experience is, we all still have questions. And no matter, what you believe in, we all still have questions. And so that's what this song is about. And it's called Praying Right. My friend called me Sunday and asked me if I wanted to go. Part of me wanted to and part of me didn't know. Can I wear my boots and jeans? Will everybody stare at me like they know how long it's been? I've got questions, 'cause I've been treating my soul like an old run-down shack. All my demons living rent-free on my back. So when I walk in with all my sins, I know I won't blend in. Can you forgive me? I've got questions. Can I sing Amazing Grace with last night's whiskey on my breath? Do I deserve your love with a little bit of faith I've got left? Am I saying the right things? Am I getting through? Is it too late to turn to you? I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying to find the light. Tell me, am I praying right? I can't quote the verse, but I heard there's one that says that all have fallen short, so maybe I still have a chance. And it's heavy on me, the shame I feel for not giving thanks for my blessings. Am I worthy of an answer? I've got questions. Can I sing Amazing Grace with last night's whiskey on my breath? Do I deserve your love with a little bit of faith I've got left? Am I saying the right things? Am I getting through? Is it too late to turn to you? I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying to find the light. Tell me, am I praying right? Do I have to hit my knees and raise my hands in church on Sunday? Or do you still feel what's in my heart when I'm praying in my own way? Can I sing Amazing Grace with last night's whiskey on my breath? Do I deserve your love with a little bit of faith I've got left? Am I saying the right things? Am I getting through? Is it too late now to turn to you? I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying to find the light. Tell me, am I praying right? Tell me, am I praying right?
One more time with the great Megan Patrick. Give her a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Patrick, Dan Mangan, Lila B. Thanks to everybody, David Foster, Alisa P, and Tyler Shaw, and of course, my co-host, the great Alan Doyle. Alan, want to take us out?
Everybody loves the pub song on St. Patrick's Day. I bet this one's getting sung in a few pubs today, and I'm grateful for that, I guarantee you. Well, I've got a smile on my face, and I've got four walls around me. I've got the sun in the sky, and all the water surround me. Oh, you know, yeah, I win now, sometimes I lose. I've been battered, but I never bruise. It's not so bad. All together now, all together. And I say, hey, it's just an ordinary day. And it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say it's all right. Oh, yeah. A little story for you. It is a song circle. I'll tell you. I wanted to have, when I was writing this song, I wanted to have a character in the second verse. Seriously. I wanted it to be about a real person. And right when I was doing it, I a story came on the news about a young singer-songwriter who left Calgary and went to Vancouver and stood up on the corner to busk to make a go of it. And she got mugged. And she got brought to the police station, and when she was finished at the police station, she turned right back and went back busking on the side of the street. Now, I call her Janie in the song because I was too embarrassed that she might find out at the time. I don't know why, but Janie is actually, her real name is Jan Arden. That's her real name. Well, Janie sings on the corner, what keeps her from dying? Let them say what they want, but she won't stop trying. Oh, you know, she might stumble if they push her out. She might fall, but she'd never lie down. It's not so bad. Come on now, come on now. And I say, wait, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say it's alright. Oh yeah. In this beautiful life, there's always some sorrow. Ooh, it's a double-edged knife, but there's always tomorrow. Oh, you know, it's up to you now if you sink or swim. Let us keep the faith that your ship will come in. It's not so bad. Come on, you sing one, go on. And I say, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your day of mine. At the end of the day, you just got to say it. I said, wait, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say it's alright.
Thank you, Centennial Hall, the City of London, Paris, the Juno Awards, Music House, CBC Music, and all the crew here. Tonight, the 2019 Juno Awards, we broadcast to CBC at 8 p.m. See you later, London, later on. Megan Patrick, Dan Mangan, Lila B, Alan Doyle, my name is Tom Fowler. Thanks a lot for coming out. We're off the air, everybody. We made it.
We can swear.
We can swear. Holy shit. We did it. Thanks a lot for coming out, everybody. Stay home. God love you. Take care.